you go to work to earn a living, to make something out of your life, and you don't expect to die.
Mentioned that Singh had been on the job only 3 days.
Oh, man.
20-year-old Harshandeep Singh was found suffering from a gunshot wound inside an apartment building Friday.
Brian Thompson was the CEO of UnitedHealthCare. He was heading down to the hotel. The assassin...
Brian Thompson, the CEO of the UnitedHealthCare, was shot dead outside Hilton Hotel in Midtown Manhattan.
Bullet casings had words like delay, deny, carved into them. It's like the biggest private health insurer in the US, which we'll get to. This company has had a record linked to a lot of, not fulfilling claims. Welcome back to another episode of Limelight.
If you look like we're wearing the same clothes as a different episode, it's because we're filming 2 in 1 day, guys.
Let's go.
So, yeah, we had a different topic we wanted to talk about. We want to try keeping these podcasts short so you guys are able to watch them easier. And, yeah, kind of just stick to a topic because I know we kind of jump all over the place when we talk, especially this guy over here.
I was going to say, are you trying to... This is a jab at me.
This
Guys.
Is actually an intervention.
Just a reminder.
You know what?
Let me,
the camera's not even on.
Wait.
This is just between me and you.
So today's topic, we want to talk about 2 shootings. Wow. Jeez, this is where our content is coming to. 2 shootings, both of them having some, just horrible things. I think we should start with...
Condolences for both families and everyone involved.
Yeah.
Well, not everyone involved. You know what I mean? Like, every single person that's involved with that person that passed away.
You mean all the guys that are dressing up as the shooter or the CEO too?
Yeah, dude, that's outrageous, man.
We'll get there.
The internet's the internet.
Internet's undefeated, is what they say.
Yeah.
So today we want to talk about the 2 shootings, one in very close to home here in Edmonton, Canada.
Yeah.
Where a 20-year-old security guard was shot
shot while working, man.
Yeah, while working and responding to a scene and trying and kind of doing the best he could. And then completely other side of the spectrum, not a high profile guy by any means, but in some ways a high profile guy, but not like well known, CEO of a health insurance company is assassinated. And both of these are like shockingly, like clearly caught on video.
Yeah.
And the videos are like released right away.
It's very fucked up watching these videos. Like how immune people have gone to these videos, right? That people just post them.
I still like feel...
I felt gross after watching
watch a lot of these.
The security guard one. Because like, for me it hit different because, well, obviously first thing, Punjabi rights one thing. But second thing is, I've done security jobs like for a long time. I've been in fucked up situations. Never had a gun pulled on me, thank God. But I've had knives pulled on me, needles, stuff like that. So, dude, like it's scary when you're in that moment. Like we as security guards in Canada in general, I know in some places might be different in Canada, but you get nothing. It's literally just your uniform and that's it, in your hands. So someone pulls out a knife or a gun and they start charging at you. I know some places give you a stab-proof vest, but like that's just here. They can stab you in the leg. They can stab you in the neck. Like, it's fucked. Like, it's scary because, I think I'm, it just fucked up. When I saw that video, it got me sick because I'm like, dude, like, he was apparently doing his job too. He responded to a call about someone getting robbed. He got held up by a few people. One guy had a gun. If you really want to go there and watch the video, it is available online. Just giving you a heads up, it is a pretty nasty video to watch. It's just, it's fucked up. And like they let him go in the stairs and he tried running away as quick as he could and this guy just shot him in the back of the head. It's fucked up because this guy came here just like a lot of people have to better his life. And that's it. You come here, you leave your family behind, and then the news your family gets is this shit. It's sad.
Yeah, so let me just give some due diligence to the story. The shooting happened in neighborhood of Edmonton around 12:30 a.m. December 6th, 2024. Upon arrival, Edmonton police found Harshandeep Singh unresponsive. He was taken into the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Suspects identified Evan Rain and Judith Salto, both 30 years old, were arrested and charged with first-degree murder in connection with Singh's death. A weapon was recovered during the arrest, but specifics about the weapon have not been disclosed widely. Motives unclear. The Edmonton police, have not publicly disclosed a clear motive. I mean, it seems like it was a heated altercation beforehand.
Yeah.
The investigation into what led up to the incident is still ongoing, so I guess there isn't enough of that information out there. Camera footage.
That video fucked me up, man. That video just kept playing in my head for like the rest of the day. And right now, even though we're talking about it, oh man, it's such a fucked up like way to go out, man. So fucked. Running away for your life, and it's fucked.
Cowardless move.
Yeah.
In that way too, but there is mention of a video circulating on social media platforms. The video Harmol talked about is seen with a firearm while he's running down. Apparently, police haven't confirmed the authenticity of the video, but yeah. Staff sergeant from the homicide team there doesn't typically release the name of this individual unless the death has been confirmed to be a homicide. In this instance, they're releasing the name for investigative purpose. It's kind of weird. They don't normally release the names, but they released this one. I saw this somewhere else too. It's kind of random. Police have stated they do not believe anyone else was involved in his death. Autopsy is scheduled for the 9th, so tomorrow, as we film this right now. And Gagandeep Singh, speaking for the family, mentioned that Singh had been on the job only 3 days.
Oh man.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
He
Fuck.
emphasized the family's grief, mentioning that Singh's father was still in denial about the news and it hadn't been shared with his mother.
God damn.
I mean, probably by now it has, but mother and elder sister didn't know.
3 days is fucking ridiculous, man.
Discussions on social platforms like X have shown and mourning over Singh's death, with some posts highlighting the incident as part of a broader issue concerning the safety of international students in Canada. However, these posts do not provide additional factual details.
Yeah, obviously, like there's nothing to really prove it until like something really comes out when someone literally says it and does it. Yeah, I mean it's just kind of what people say, and then could be the case, could not be the case, right?
So there's a debate right now going on about the state of crime in Canada, particularly in urban centers like Edmonton. The incident has fueled discussions on whether Canada's crime policies, especially those related to bail reform, are effective enough. I'm assuming maybe that this is Evan guy was on bail or something. Is that true?
I have no idea. I don't know too much about the backstory about both of them.
The tragic death of Harshandeep Singh, being an international student from India, has reignited conversations about the safety of international students in Canada. I'm not sure if this, in that sense, was targeted, but the question is, let's just say every single thing in this situation was the same, but the man who was a security guard was not an international student and appeared to be white. Would that have made any difference? Now
But there has been like weird like instances where international students have been like attacked, or like it's like it's common. It's coming common, and it's not from Indian people attacking them. So like it's random, right? So I get where people can make the assumption and the kind of clue in on what's going on. I didn't think we talked about this yet, but this is a worker at Walmart. Remember the whole oven thing? That was weird because there was a lot of stuff online that to close that door, it doesn't just close by itself. I mean, and the fact that I think the RCMP came out, or whoever it was came out and said, yeah, there's nothing more we can do anymore. There's no more we can do about the case. So it's essentially a cold case now, and I really hope what I'm saying is not true. Like this might be a case that international students are getting targeted. I really hope this is not the case, because it's shitty enough having to start at a new country with really nothing and having to start from fresh, to also know that people are out here trying to fucking kill you or attack you or do whatever. I really hope that's not the case. And I hope for everyone's safety. And I really hope stuff like this just stops happening because it's sickening. I mean, like the video and everything, and just not even just his situation, every other persons that have passed away. It's messed up.
The Walmart story, just for those who may not be aware of it, a young 19-year-old woman by the name of Gursimran Kaur was basically found dead inside a walk-in oven. And her mother, who also worked there, discovered the body.
Yeah, it's fucked.
And this was around 9:30 p.m. when her mother opened the oven door. The police did an investigation on it. It was complex. In Halifax, Halifax, Nova Scotia in Canada, which is a very relatively small place in Canada. Very beautiful, as we've heard, actually,
Yeah, like
in our street
interview, yeah.
After a thorough investigation, they concluded there was no evidence of foul play, and the death was determined not to be suspicious. They conducted interviews and reviewed video footage, but did not find any indication of criminal activity. The Maritime Sikh Society was actively involved in supporting the family, providing psychological counseling for Kaur's mother. Yeah, organizing a fundraiser to bring her father and brother from India for the funeral.
Yeah.
So they're not even here. Walmart expressed their condolences.
That was a really weird case. Like, did you watch that TikTok? I think I sent it to you, where like that chick was, I think it's a different Walmart. Like in America, she's like, this is the same walk-in oven I have. She, look at this. She goes into it. The door doesn't close. The door just like sits there, and she's like, it's not gonna close unless someone literally pushes on it. And even she's pushing it. She's like, that's not doing it enough. You have to literally put like a bit of force into it to close it. And even when that's closed, there's a latch on the inside to open it. So it's like, dude, like, that one was really weird and shady. And the fact that there's nothing, like no CCTV footage ever came out of it, like no witnesses even said anything. Like there are witnesses that heard like screaming in the Walmart, like they were people there that heard it. Like that's all that there is. It's really strange.
The Walmart has taken no accountability for it. So people online are talking about how like Walmart hasn't really taken any accountability for it. Company might be covering up details, not taking adequate responsibility. There's mention of a rollback of inclusion and racial issues, though these claims lack specific evidence. There's an emotional, people are online are just obviously really upset too. So super, super sad for both of these individuals that have passed away.
And anyone else that have obviously passed away, that are anyone in general, right? Like it just in these kind of like fucked up situations, just doing a job.
Yeah.
You go to work to earn a living, to make something out of your life, and you don't expect to die at work, right? It's just so messed up.
And there's horrible pain being felt by the individuals that passed away, but those that are living through the pain today as we speak, our hearts go out to them. And we hope this is not, we hope that there come a time where these type of topics are less common to hear.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next topic, which involves a very different type of scandal, if you will, because it's in the States, which already makes it its own thing. I wonder what Myron had to say about this. But it's interesting because it's a health insurance CEO.
It's a high profile person that you wouldn't know they're high profile by seeing him walking on the street, but this guy's net worth is probably like outrageous, right? So yeah, it's a very important person in the grand scheme of things, I guess. All right, guys, before we get into this part of the pod, we're just gonna take a quick break and just let you guys know we filmed this like probably like 8 to 10 hours before like the actual assassin was caught. So all of our predictions and everything, they might have been true. We'll talk about it on a different pod later, like more in depth, like our whole like theories and whatnot about the guy that was caught. But yeah, if we're acting like we don't know who it is, it's because we actually didn't know at this point. So
It was innocent times.
it was
Different
innocent
times,
times,
different
yeah.
times.
But I guess we're both prophets because we were right.
I don't know. It's weird that all of his accounts were all like so public, like right, like all that stuff was so
Yeah.
quickly. Like I just want to say really quickly, all that stuff was showing there really
Yeah.
quickly. Whereas the guy that was trying to assassinate Donald Trump, that guy's stuff was wiped in seconds. I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, enjoy the rest, right?
Enjoy the pod, guys.
So, based on what I have here in terms of the details, yeah, this guy is like, it was very well premeditated. You watch the details of it. He, the suspect, what do you want to call him? The shooter? I don't know if
Shooter, I guess.
I don't know if you say that word too much. It's like good. It's probably better to say suspect.
The assassin.
There you go. Yes.
Assassin.
Yeah. The assassin knew exactly which door he was going to go and open. Kind of knew exactly. It was early in the morning, and he was heading to like an investor conference. Ironically,
Where's
When
his
you go-
security? If you're making that much money or that important, where's his security at, right?
he might have been walking like 5 steps though, like in and out, which it looked like he was out of his hotel, which was right by the conference room. It was in the same building, which oftentimes
The
they
video is
are.
also available online if you guys want
Yeah.
to check it out. It's also a really weird video.
The thing about it though is the irony in this. It's an investor conference. Investors, what do they care about? How to make more money. Insurance companies make in the health sector, and all insurance really. I'm not saying insurance is bad to have either, but they make a lot of money, and it sounds like, which we'll get to, this company has had a record linked to a lot of not fulfilling claims, and like people having the insurance but not getting the coverage they expected. We hear about that all the time. I think
Yeah.
everyone's kind of scared of that. I have insurance for my dog, health insurance for him, and like sometimes they're like, "Oh no, we don't cover that," and I'm like, "Man, you get so pissed off because you're like, I'm spending all this money. Why doesn't it get covered, right?" But when you sign up, it's always, "Oh, hey, oh yeah, no, you're
We got you. We got you.
everything." Yeah, see the commercials.
And then it's like the one thing like they didn't write on that paper is the one thing you need
Yeah,
done.
always. So Brian Thompson is the CEO, was the CEO of UnitedHealthCare. He's heading down to the hotel. The assassin got him in the back and the leg.
Oh damn. You shot him a few times.
Then left on an e-bike.
Damn.
Okay, so there's that.
They can't just trace the e-bike. You have to make an account and put a card on file. Or unless he had it like I'm just thinking of like, Lime scooters and
He
stuff.
might have his own though.
Yeah, he might have his own, yeah.
Which, well, yeah, I don't know. NYPD's saying that this was definitely targeted, obviously.
Yeah.
Police are offering 50K.
FBI is offering 50K.
Police
FBI.
are offering 10K, it says here.
Yeah, then FBI is offering 50.
50K. They're looking into several angles. Former employees who might have had beef with him or the company. Social media things about like threats. His family, they're like trying to figure out all that too, in case it was something related to his. It could be. You never know.
If you had to guess, you just personally, your like thoughts.
Well, I think the other things that I haven't mentioned yet is that the bullet casings had words like delay, deny carved into them. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Are you serious?
I actually did not know this.
Oh my god.
Damn. Okay, then what I'm thinking is
It's different now.
what the reason
Yeah,
is.
that's why-
It makes
Oh.
my thing seem more legit.
So yeah, delay and deny carved into them, which referenced a book about insurance companies refusing to pay claims.
Wow.
Just a quick thing about the company. Thompson had been running UnitedHealthCare since 2021. And he's worked there since 2004. So he's actually one of those people,
Who
few
climbed.
people who climbed the ladder.
Yeah.
Pyramid
There's a couple
scheme.
people like that. I've seen that show on TikTok. Like the guy who's like the CEO of Nike now, like he started off as just like a regular like part-time worker, and then he just went up.
Companies
There's a couple like
love, like I've worked in the corporate world, companies love those guys because they obviously are very compliant and fit the politics agenda. which usually wasn't someone like me. And then on top of that, politics agenda, whatever, they fit in, they follow orders. But also, it inspires everyone else. Hey guys, look, if you work here for 20 years,
you'd probably be like,
look at this guy. You know, hey guys, you know what? Today I have a special guest. This is my favorite kind of story, you guys. Sometimes it's genuine because they're like, yo, I actually grew in 20 years. Sometimes it's like a CEO.
But it's
that
like
just
one
joined.
person out of millions.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally one person out of millions.
But hey, you know what? Companies that do allow people to grow within, it's not a bad thing. And I don't mean it in a bad way, but it's just funny. It's so Kool-Aid drinking behavior. The company is huge. It's like the biggest private health insurer in the US. So gives you a little bit more context. Any guess on how much profit they made last year? In dollars, US dollars?
30 billion.
16 billion.
Oh, wow. That's close.
Yeah. They're caught up in some legal drama right now. Using AI to deny care to seniors.
Deny.
Yes. Getting sued for calling necessary treatments too expensive. Cutting back on things like nursing care for stroke patients.
That's fucked up.
So this is the details of the company that I have here.
Yeah.
Okay. When United Health posted about Thompson's death, thousands of people hit it with laughing emojis.
Oh, right now, even still, everyone's like, oh, like, I hope they're like, oh, I hope they don't catch a murderer. And they're like, why are you saying that? And they're like, cause the murderer is dead. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying stuff like that.
Wait, what do you mean? Like they're saying that he's the murderer?
He's the murderer. Like whatever their company did, like affected more people than just him dying alone.
The response shows how fed up people are with the healthcare system in the United States. There were already protests happening about their practices before this went down.
Wow. Oh wow. Shit.
Even though people are angry at the system, there's some debate on whether celebrating someone's death crosses the line.
Yeah, I think that's not good to do regardless.
So what's the current update? The assassin is still out there. We'll get to that in a second. Police have released some photos. We'll get to that in a second.
We'll get to that in a second.
Investigations are ongoing. The companies asked for patience while they figure this out. There's one more thing about this that I want to say, which is concerning to me. Now, whenever something like this happens, whether it is inside job, conspiracy theory galore, all angles of it, no matter what you choose to believe from the motive of this. How do I say this? It raises, it creates the ability for people to take advantage of this situation, and use it to the public as a fear-based situation that this is the way that we can stop this from happening. Now, what I'm talking about in previous historical examples, you talk about 9/11 and how a lot of security measures that were taken into place, were they necessary? Yes. Did they now gotten to the point where they benefit the airlines for profitability and everything else? I don't know, right? Like there's all those memes online where it's like, I can't take a bottle of water, but I can take something else on the plane. You're allowed to bring other stuff that like, it doesn't make any sense. Now, regardless of that though, in this case, CEOs of other healthcare insurance companies or other large corporations are now saying that they're going to hide their CEOs or at least hide their faces and things like that. This is deeply concerning to me because now you have companies that have already proven to do evil things. Corporations are greedy. They are just like humans are made to like survive, be the strongest beings, and reproduce. That's like the core of what we are supposed to do. The core of these companies are to make as much profit as humanly possible or inhumanly possible, really. So
make a profit at any
way, any means necessary.
Yeah.
So it's not out of the ordinary for a company to do evil things. Now you're giving these companies the ability to do that where the high up individuals can be hidden away from society or the
Yeah.
public, meaning they can be even more evil.
Even their own employees potentially won't even know.
Maybe even that, dude.
I think it's gonna be everywhere because why stop just at regular people? It should be your own employees.
But it's not going to happen for tech companies. Tech companies all want to be like Elon and be like, hey guys, look at my new product. Jeff Bezos, whatever.
I think it's mostly like these.
It's going to be these type of
companies.
But then, I'm sorry, doesn't that mean your company's kind of shady? You have something to hide?
Yeah, like
I'm
you shouldn't
sorry.
have anything to hide.
It's a little bit of that.
It's like
Hey,
It's like you know your work is bad, so you have to hide it.
No, but yeah, exactly. It's a little
Yeah.
shifty because you know what? I mean, Elon says a lot of crazy stuff, and yet he's still openly in the public.
Yeah.
Dana White goes and says stuff. Joe Rogan says stuff. They're openly in the public.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, a lot of people are not going to shy away from being in the public. But if you're hiding away behind a big organization of something in this category, in this sector, there's reason for concern.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's another thing I wanted to add in because I'm like, that's shifty. So now to answer your question, what do I think is the motive? Obviously, after all this, it seems probable that it's an activist of sorts. Was there a grassroots campaign to find someone to do this and pay them? Were they actually one of the activists? The employee angle, you don't think about that right from the beginning, but it could be an employee who worked for the company who was wronged, whose family member was wronged that had a medical emergency. It really could, because then you have insider information of where this guy's going to be. These investor conferences aren't that private either, though, so you can probably figure it out. Like you said in previous episode, if you want to find someone or find someone's or find individuals or whatever,
The
internet's undefeated.
Yeah.
So I think it was someone that had a bigger agenda to raise this topic. And you and I both know this topic about health insurance. There's protests. I didn't know about the protests. You don't know about the protests. I don't know how many other protests are going on out there regarding, health insurance providers didn't pay up, protest, whatever. We didn't know this was already happening, but
Yeah. I know a lot. Like, I know America's like whole medical stuff's very all over the place. Some people like it, some people don't. But I never knew there was actually protests and stuff happening.
One more thing I was going to say about that in the United States. Hey, if shifty companies all end up being companies that are healthcare insurance providers, how about government regulated healthcare providers that can't be shady? I mean, government's already, it is what it is. People in the comments on our previous videos have said that we're government propaganda in Canada. I love that. But yeah, anyways, it's just funny because that's just funny because we have government healthcare here. I'm not saying that our healthcare is perfect. We've talked about this before as well, but go listen to spooky stories of ACL injury for Harmol over here. But yeah, I think that it was targeted based on activism on like healthcare providers not paying up and to start this conversation. Otherwise, this conversation would never be public because the media is owned by these advertisers and all these insurance companies and blah, 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 blah. So nobody would want to bring this up. Even to have this conversation today, I know Google is the best search engine in the world. I'm not afraid to say that. I go on YouTube, which is owned by Google, and I search for videos on this stuff. And like, if I want to search, like, if I want to find something that's like not news related, you can't find it.
No.
It like literally shows no results if you filter. Like, it's like, I want to see a video over 20 minutes in the last week that sorted by most views. No results. No results. No videos on YouTube that are over 20 minutes. We are a video that's talking about this for over 20 minutes. We're probably not going to show up in the search because of this. So you would never be hearing about this. They're going to try and hide this. That's my thoughts. What are your thoughts?
I think it's someone who got wronged by the company. Like someone, either he's been wronged or someone in his family's been wronged. It's like a plot to a movie. I think this guy genuinely fucking knew everything about this guy to the point where he knew he would be going through that door, and that's the time he did it. It just seems like he thought it out. It's very thought out. I think it's because the whole bullet engravings, like writing that kind of stuff, it seems like you got screwed by it, like some way, somehow.
people in other countries that may have crazy surveillance, such as China, are probably looking at us and being like, this country's a joke.
But I don't think
How do they not
I
know?
don't think that would be good for us. I don't think.
I'm not saying that we want
yeah.
master surveillance.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's just
Yeah.
funny that today we have security cameras everywhere, bro. There is insane amount of
Like
surveillance.
there's only like
You're
one.
telling me that there's nothing?
There's one image of
no,
him. That's it.
but now you said there's a bunch more images.
No, but a
coming up?
bunch of more images and it always looks different. But the one image that they've shown with his face, it looks like a guy. So I'm saying him. Yeah, it's like he put his mask down for like a second or something, and that's about it. But yeah, I mean the internet's going crazy with who it could be, like this person, that person, to the point where they they held a assassin lookalike competition in New York City.
Oh
Everyone
my
dressed up as
gosh.
him. Maybe he was there. Who fucking knows what?
Could you imagine?
That would be wild. That would be wild.
Yeah, dude. We'll put the photo on if you're
The video.
a
Put a
video.
video
If,
up,
yeah,
yeah.
if you're watching the video on YouTube or X, that's where we post our.
Yeah, check
video
out this.
content.
Check out this video.
You guys got to see
of
this,
these guys just standing there. Everyone's dressed up as a different form of what he would look like.
dude. I
It's
just
too much.
It's like, what simulation are we living in right now, right?
Yeah.
Apparently the shooter was like, oh yeah, there was a lookalike contest when, so it's like people are talking about it. It's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. It is.
It is shady for sure. I do think what you said is true. That's what makes me think it's an inside job with the whole, we want to keep CEOs hidden. Might be for a different agenda. You never know, right? But I don't know. With the whole bullet increasing thing, it makes me think that it's someone who's been wronged by it. But also, if you want to think about it, like put your tinfoil hat on, maybe they did that to kind of distract you from it being an inside job, right? So could be that too.
Wait, doing all this extra stuff?
Like doing all the engravings and everything to make it seem like it's
Oh.
someone who like had something personal against them, like a vendetta. In reality, it's like an inside job, right? So
Yeah.
who knows what it is?
It's-
I don't
it's-
think we'll ever find out. We're never gonna find out.
Yeah,
They're not
we're
gonna find the person.
but it's just another classic thing. What I hope this does do is start a conversation around healthcare insurance providers that
It's
are
not.
no. I
That's
hope
what
it does.
sucks. I hope it does, but it's never going to because that shit's never gonna change.
On another note,
What sucks?
talked about YouTube search. X search, for better or for worse, does show you some raw content. I just searched healthcare shooter. Okay, it's not even healthcare, but I guess UnitedHealthCare is the company's name. Healthcare shooter, the top result right now, trending. It's a video of Drake and Yachty. You know when Yachty's like, "Oh, I didn't think of that," and he's on the laptop, and
Yeah.
Drake's like, "Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's how it is." Oh, okay. It's captioned. It's bad. It's bad. I'm warning you guys. It's bad. But United Healthcare shooter showing Americans they can shoot billionaires instead of kids.
Jeez.
5.3 million views. I'm just saying that's something. When it's kids getting, killed, guess what? No, okay,
Nothing
it's
really
fine.
changes.
If billionaires start getting,
Then it's like, yo,
All
we
of
gotta
a
change
sudden-
some policies.
all of a sudden
hide the
now, we gotta-
CEOs.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So, are we laughing at this? Are we saying, okay, it still sucks? The poor guy. I don't know if he had kids and a family and everything
yeah.
else. I'm sure he did. Horrible to see a life lost. A life, like I said earlier, when a life is lost, it affects the individual in that moment, but it affects it leaves a
Everyone around
rippling
them.
effect around them. And I do feel for those that are CEOs of other companies that might be doing legitimate work, that are worried for their life.
And that
now.
sucks. That does suck.
So I don't think that we should be living in a world where you are, afraid to go walk on the street, to go to a meeting or go grab coffee in the morning. Especially dude, it's Manhattan, like New York, right? We just
Busy,
talked
and
about
there was
New
literally
York.
a person in the video just watching it happen. I mean, I'm not expecting her to be Captain America and jump in front of the bullet. I'm just saying, like, broad daylight.
Yeah, I saw.
crazy.
There was another video I saw, just random though. I think it was downtown Vancouver, where some guys just walking and then just gets
Oh, he's
randomly
punched in the
attacked.
face. Yeah.
Yeah, they just released RCMP just released a video of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the root cause of this kind of mental illness is coming from. We talk about mental illness and these kind of things in other previous episodes, and we will talk about it in the future. But
Just be careful, everyone. Don't be so sucked into your phone when you're in places that anywhere. Honestly, I just think I always see whenever you're driving and you're in a busy area, you just see people glued onto their phone and a car can literally just fly through the intersection and they won't even know, right? So just be aware of your surroundings. You never know when someone's just plotting something, right? So just be careful and be aware.
Yeah, I mean, I should probably take that advice. I'm not like...
Are you always glued into your phone? I've kind of always been like hyper aware. I don't know. It's like from a young age.
Oh, really? I guess I'm more hyper aware when I'm in an area that I'm not used to, I guess. Like when I'm walking my dog or whatever, I'm like, I've been to this area a bunch of times. I don't like I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
But still, man, if I'm walking the street, I'm crossing the street, I'm on my phone. It's hard to walk and be on your phone though. So I guess I don't do that often.
That's good.
But anyways, so sad for the lives that have been lost. And I really, really hope, and I'm not sharing this I'm not sharing this to like make this the reason for the shooting in Edmonton, but I really hope it's not targeting international students, whether you're Indian or you're from Brazil,
anywhere,
wherever you're from.
Is anyone trying to make their life better here? I really hope you guys are going to get targeted because that's just messed up. Because, I mean, our parents are in that position, right?
Yeah. All right, cool, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you are enjoying this kind of content, please leave your thoughts in the comments. That could be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. If you're listening to us on audio, we'd love for you to leave us a good review and leave us a comment there. Or if you're watching us on YouTube or X, or you see us on Instagram, give us a like, a follow, a subscribe. And we look forward to making more content like this and want to bring in topics into the limelight that aren't talked about enough.
Yeah. Stay safe, guys. See ya.
Stay hyper aware like Carmol is all the time. What's that behind you? All right. See you guys later.